Oh, how are you doing?
Hi.
Have you worked out?
I did yesterday. Yeah, I've just done. Just back from a bike ride.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I did yesterday's one. Yeah, it was good. I found a plank of wood and put it on top of my tyre, so that worked as a step up.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because sometimes they can be.
Yeah, it was a bit bouncy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. What? You've got kettlebells, haven't you?
Yeah. I used a sack of dog food for my holding on to when I stepped up on the tyre.
Yeah.
And then I used a kettlebell for the thrusters.
Yeah.
And I did hold with the kettlebell as well.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd it feel?
Hard, yeah.
Did you feel it more? Sorry?
It's so hot out in the garden doing it.
Yeah, it's gonna be warmer today, isn't it? And tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it was nice on the bike ride.
Did you feel it more in your legs or your arms? Hello, Ant.
What with the squats? Hi, Ant.
With both. Like because you were doing squats and then you had to do the hold.
I feel it today.
Okay.
Yeah,
and the
I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Did you?
Oh look, got a hat on today.
Oh.
No, actually, it's relatively behaving itself today. To be fair.
Did you find any equipment around the house?
I found this sort of doorstop thing that's vaguely heavy-ish that's working for today.
Oh,
does the job.
Animal shaped.
No, actually, it's very much like a kettlebell made of rope, except I sort of already broke the handle, and it's not particularly heavy. But
there's a theme.
It's something.
Yeah.
Ropes.
Breaking handles.
Oh. Hey.
Hi, Sarah. Yeah. The cold bag that you were swinging, or woolies.
Yeah, that didn't go so. But things are just not made to be swung. It's not my fault. Like, people who make things should be anticipating people wanting to use them as kettlebells. It's
should we appreciate the kettlebell more, maybe?
Possibly just buy one, but.
Well, if you back down this way, when you come back down this way, you can grab some stuff from the gym.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I've got another week up here, so. But yeah, after that'd be good.
Just let me know, because Nick never got any stuff, so I'm just going to go and dump some stuff on his doorstep. But there's still relatively heavy there's heavy dumbbells, which is quite good for.
Well, we need for most stuff.
Yeah, and you can use it. It's quite disgusting with the grip like that as well. And then there's still a little bit of a range of kettlebells. There's just no balls. There's med balls. Get your 12 kg med ball.
Hi, Jack.
Sometimes.
Hi.
Mix it up a bit.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
Sarah.
Yeah.
What's Sarah making today? Is that nuts?
Margaritas.
Sorry, just making a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. Cool.
Cup of coffee. Yeah.
So, how?
Can we discuss? I think the biggest challenge of quarantine is not starting drinking first thing in the morning, because that's what I'm supposed to be.
Oh, I thought everybody was.
Yeah.
I just can't think of a reason not to. But you have to hold back till at least like the middle of the afternoon before cracking a beer.
I thought you meant the coffee. My morning coffee's got earlier.
This is the first day I've slept past 6 since I've been back, so I'm quite proud of myself.
Jet lag. Got to try and hold out. Have you been napping?
No, I just fall asleep by about 8 p.m, hold out till 9, and then wake up at about 5:30.
Yeah.
Which makes absolutely no difference at the moment. So, you know, I can be awake whatever hours I want. But.
Yeah. I can't help either.
My mornings are more productive than my evenings, so actually it's probably better.
Good. Hello, Rabs.
Hello, everybody.
How is everyone?
Yeah, good.
Good.
was how were people's step ups? Is step up a thing we can do? Did everyone find something to step up onto?
Yes, I did.
Good.
And for the last round, but just for the last round only, I did 8 rounds. I used the D-ball, the 20 kg D-ball.
For your
nice.
squats?
For my step up, for the last step. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Yes, 5 left, 5 right. Nice, that was good. Hello, Ali.
Hello.
I did 8 rounds, but it's just the last round. The other round, I used the dumbbell.
Very good.
No, kettlebell. I used the kettlebell.
So that was you establishing a max. So at least you did it once. Now you know you could potentially do 2 sets of that next time.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have trouble finding something to step up onto? Or we said sub it for something leggy. If you could. Stairs. Yeah.
I did the well.
Your what, sorry, Teach?
I did the lunges as well.
Oh, okay. So weighted lunges.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
See, that's one good thing about being short. I have plenty of steps around the house.
Yeah, lots of things to step up onto.
Yeah.
Bean can.
Is anyone having, like last week people were talking about their lower back and having issues not finding their hamstrings. I know we put an emphasis on them yesterday. Did anybody have a breakthrough or not find them? Backs of the legs, like inside, like where it bridges from the back of the leg into the glute. That's the area we were looking for.
Well, my legs were shaking.
Legs were shaking, cool. Which bit the most, from the step ups or the thrusters?
Thrusters.
Squats, yeah.
The thruster squat.
Got a bit stingy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a bit like today. So the last bit of today's workout, we're looking for full fight. So it was a bit like, we like to finish on some intensity. So it doesn't necessarily have to be heavy, but we're looking for like max pain, max intensity, not pain like me sticking your hand in a fire. But like just trying to hang in there. Like it's supposed to be uncomfortable. So workout 3 is full fight today, which hopefully you got a sort of sense of in those thrusters, like wanting to hang on to the thrusters and then really hang on to that hold, even though you want to put it down. We can talk about that a little bit later. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about before we get stuck into the workout? No.
All good.
We have a date for our next quiz. It's next Wednesday.
Is Nick?
Nick is hosting it.
Excellent. What about? He won't be able to win every time, will he? Because he'll be the host.
He'll be hosting it. Yeah. So he's finalising his questions and will be on the quiz next Wednesday. We'll share the link. It'll be the same link as last time, but we'll just share that again. Sean's come into the picture and so's Geach. Hi, Geach.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. You guys okay?
Yep.
Cool.
All good.
Alrighty. Sorry, did I just interrupt someone? No, all good. So we've got 5 minutes of burn. I use Thunderstruck and have tried Despacito as well. Another good song to get Bernie to. And it is a banger. If anyone wants to Google Despacito. Was there a remix without Justin Bieber? Because I feel like that version's even better than the one with him.
You spell it for me.
DES.
Yeah.
PETITO.
Okay.
Or it's PIC. Basically, max blood flow to the lats. Who's not got a band? I know some of you have TheraBands, which is fine. you might just have to loop them over twice to give you a little bit more resistance. So I tied, when I did this, I tied it off to like my fence post, and there's also a weird hook outside. So something high so that I can pull down. It's a bit like a lat pull down.
Okay.
So the band starts in a knot overhead and you pull down and out. So your elbows end up, I'm going to pop down here now. Like a lat pull down, if you've ever done that at the gym. So you start here, you're going to pull down, making sure the hands aren't coming in, making sure you're pulling to the back there. And a bit like in Thunderstruck, hold in the position of the greatest amount of tension. So hold here, and then if you're listening to Thunderstruck, when he says thunder, you'll go up and come back down. If you want to do band pull aparts, that's more back of the delt, back of the shoulder, rear delt. You can do them like that, or you could even do a pull apart from overhead. Yeah. Basically anything to get blood flow to the lats. I did it. Unilaterally as well. So I did it on one arm, and then I did it on the other to see what each side felt like. And then I did it with both hands. And then by the end of that, like, you can go for longer. I probably did it for 10 minutes. You should have been able to find some connection there. Maybe a little bit of cramping, because the lat is the one that inserts into the bottom of the rib cage here. So it comes all the way down there. Hopefully by the end of that, you've woken that area up, got some blood flowing there. Any questions on the lat pull down?
I don't have anything to hang
You don't have
down.
a band? So you
No,
can
we've
do,
got a band,
yeah.
but I don't know where I'm going to clip it on.
Oh, you got
Got a fence
step,
post?
banister? No.
We don't have those things.
Yeah, banister, top of the.
No.
I didn't either. I did it with bent over rows in the end.
Yeah, you can do like a landmine row or a bent over row. So here, and
Yeah.
back. I would probably do, like, if you're doing it with more load, I'd probably go for like 60 seconds of work on one arm, 60 seconds of work on the other, rather than, you wouldn't want to hold. I mean, you could hold there if it's light, that like that. My dumbbell's too heavy for me to do that, but say you've got like you could do it with a can, and then you could really start to sort of crush the can. So bent over row with a kettlebell. What was the other thing I put? A landmine row, if you do have a barbell. That's the one where the barbell's on the ground, and you're in a hinge here, and you pull the barbell like you're opening the fridge door.
Yeah.
That's that one. So if you had,
I'll do the row, because I've got a kettlebell and a dumbbell for that.
What's cool is you're going to adapt the movement so you can find your lats, and that's a really big opportunity there. Not me saying you're going to do lat pull downs and you will or you won't find them. Like, you have to go and explore that. Yeah, I believe in you. Yeah, I would, if you're not going to do it to a song, I would set a timer off just so you're focused. So beep, 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 5 minutes. When you hear the beeps, like, try and focus for that 5 minutes just on this area, whether it's single arm or both arms together. You could even do tie it off at like a handle and do like a cable row. Yeah, it's a different plane. You're not pulling from above, but you're just getting them working in a different plane of movement. So it doesn't matter what you do. The constraint is find your lats. I don't mind what you do. It might be that you do squats. Any questions on finding lats? Next, workout 2, chipper strength. So chipper, because you're going to chip away at the movements. You're going to try not to put the dumbbell down or the kettlebell down. I did a couple of variations. So I've got one heavy kettlebell and one what I would consider light for me. So with the light one, I did a full set on my right arm and a full set on my left arm, but I halved the reps the first time. So I did 30 swing, 15 clean, and I did 7 press. Then I actually did the 60-meter overhead carry because I wasn't thinking. But then I went for my carry, so I did it all on my right side, so I didn't really have any rest, and went and did it on my left side then. In all the sets I did, because I then did it with the dumbbell, which I liked, because dumbbell's fairly big, I did it with both hands, and it made me grip the dumbbell too, so I did my swings like that. Then I did my cleans like this, up to the shoulders. And then I went into my single arm press, not a single arm press, sorry, my press overhead. I did the full set with 2 hands, and then I did a dual overhead carry as well. So I didn't put the object down in any of the sets. So what I did at the end was I did 4 sets of my my kicker, basically, if you want to call it a kicker. But what I want you to do is set yourself 15 reps of a movement you're working on. So it's not necessarily something you're good at. It could be something you're good at, and you've noticed that you have to slightly adjust your movement, or you've picked up some bad habits. So it's a fairly easy movement for you, but you picked up bad habits. I picked a push-up. I can do push-ups, but I know it goes to the front of my shoulder. My left shoulder likes to roll in. So I did 4 sets of 15. I had a rest between my sets at the end, even though I didn't drop the dumbbell. If I had dropped the dumbbell, I would have done my sets in between the chipper. Okay. So don't see it as, yeah, we can call it a penalty, but it's not. It was an opportunity for me to see if what I've been doing has helped correct my push-up position, helped me gain strength in a position. My push-ups actually look a little bit, they do, they look different now, and I'm certainly feeling it in different places. If anybody wants help choosing what their kicker might be, or their penalty, don't see it as a penalty though, see it as an opportunity. We can talk about that at the end. Could be like the burpees and sticking to the not letting your belly sag constraint. It could be finding internal torque on your squats or deadlifts. Something that you're going to have to work for. Could be external obliques in an oblique opener or something. What I also did, I'm going to write this in the little brief today. So we've got swing, clean, press, and overhead carry. As I'm getting better at connecting, like what I'm looking for in connections to my own muscles, I just thought it might be helpful. So I stuck to finding my hammies on the swings, finding my lats on the clean, and just getting better at switching my focus, but not forgetting what I did previously. So I wasn't going to let my hamstrings shut down. I was going to keep feeling my hamstrings. In the clean, I wasn't going to let my shoulder take over. So I focused on the lat, which was something we learned with the kettlebell cleans the other day when we learned to stack the lat. So if anyone remembers when we did the kettlebell clean, open the hips up, and then as we pulled the kettlebell into the body, I was really trying to feel my lats doing the work before I popped my elbow through. And that went for the dumbbell as well. So I made sure I could feel this, and I wasn't just arching backwards and ripping the weight off the ground. I was really focusing on there and then getting my elbows through nice and fast. And then the overhead carry, we've got some overhead work coming soon, tomorrow. Might be overhead squats. or a squat. So my overhead carry was focusing on my obliques, which I also did on my walk this morning with the dog. Being able to continue breathing in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and being able to find that tension there, that tension where you almost feel like your eyeballs are going to pop out your head. That's the kind of tension we want. Any questions on the number of reps you might do, the object?
Yeah, what is the numbers?
Like the swing, clean, press and overhead carry. So if you're going, are you going to do a single object, single arm?
Yeah. No.
Sorry, not single object, single arm.
No.
You're going to
I
use
will.
both.
I was just going to use. Yeah.
So if you're going to use both hands on one object, it's as it's written: 60 swing, 30 clean, 15 press, 60 meter overhead carry. If you're only using one hand at a time, halve the reps. But you can up those reps. If that's then too easy for you because you've only got a 4 kilo kettlebell, just up the reps.
And is it just
one round, did you say?
Yeah.
No, I did it 4 times.
That's okay, yeah.
So I swapped, obviously I did the single arm, so there was 2 rounds, that was 2 rounds, and then I did another object where I used both hands, the dumbbell, both hands together. So on the single objects, I halved the reps. On the single arm, sorry, if I was using both my hands at the same time, I did full reps, 60, 30, 15, 60.
Cool.
Okay. And that will be like, if it's too light and it's not really pushing you and you're not feeling the burn and you don't feel like you want to put it down, like that's the point you should be getting to, that you've really got to fight for the position, not just switching off and forgetting about what you're feeling, but like you've really got to want to hang on to the object, fight to hang on to the object. Anybody not sure about their loads? Or I didn't have much rest in between. I really didn't have any rest in between. I didn't put the object down. That was my aim. I was trying to find that burn where it forced me to put the object down. I probably should have done the heavier kettlebell, but I thought, well, I'll back it up and I'll do 4 sets of 15 push-ups, and then I really did struggle to lift my arms after that. So yeah, if you're finding anything too easy, up the reps, do another round, like do what you need to do. That's it's your workout. Any questions on? Can we have some examples of what kickers people might use? So something that they're working on or that you want to try and get better at?
Mine will be push-ups.
Ali's going to be push-ups. Awesome. Anyone else?
Well, I'm just going to try to carry it over my head because that's not something I've obviously been doing.
Yeah, cool. So even if it's light, Jackie?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
So
because I can't get I have trouble getting my right arm straight up.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to sort of work on now.
That's it. Don't worry about the position where it is, worry about the tension.
Yeah.
So trap down, pec engaged, lat engaged. Doesn't matter if it's here. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're carrying the object here. Doesn't need to be straight in line with my head. Wherever you can hold that object, even if it's forward of the body.
Yeah, because that is one thing I still, one thing I can't do with my arm is the upward. It's getting there. So, and I do feel confident now to try to, to do it. So that's
a
what I'm
win.
going to do.
That's a win getting to that point then. Cool. Anybody else?
I'm going to do the whole oblique thing because that was still a struggle yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
The walking and obliques was really interesting this morning. I can't really hold it for that long. I'm trying to not have to use my hands to feel that tension. So I might have to give myself a little bit of feedback. And then as I'm walking, trying to hold that same tension there. Remember what tends to happen is that 4-pack tends to want to kick out. Most of us are probably, like, if we felt around, most of us can probably feel these ones quite prominent and this not so. So I think, yeah, thinking about the thickness at the sides while you're walking, even if you did that like as a set at the end after the chipper. Will you, I don't know if you find it easier lying down or standing up, but if you've never tried it standing up, do give it a go. Rabs, is that the same for you? Yeah, you'll do an external oblique opener or the walk.
I'm more gonna, I was gonna do hand release press ups because I hate them.
Yeah. What? Didn't know that.
I think the whole world knows that. And then something to do with my obliques, something like that.
Okay, you could maybe link the two together.
Yeah, that, or I'm trying to do hollow holds. Can't do them.
Some of you might use the hollow hold in workout 3. Yeah, just pick one thing though, remember?
Yeah, I'm giving myself a priority.
But you can potentially, finding your obliques may help your push-ups, your hand release push-ups. But unless you try, you'll never know. Yeah, cool. Give us a shout if anyone's not sure about what it could be, like front rack squats, front rack rucksack squats or something, trying to find your obliques. Trying not to let the lower back take over. Workout 3, full fight. So I've got the assault bike here, very handy. I don't really have anywhere to run unless I go over to the field. And people give you strange looks, and you know, it's exercising in public, what have you. So I used the bike today. I also used, I don't really have anywhere to push, so I did burpees. And then for my ab work, I did a hollow press, which you saw a couple of Mondays ago. I used the dumbbell for that. The idea here is to do 60 seconds of work 3 times. So it's 3 minutes, but you change the movement every minute. Max effort. It could be 2 or 3 rounds, right? It could be 1. It could be 1 round. I did 1 round this morning because I knew I had given it my absolute max, and there was no way I was gonna, you know, I was happy with that. I know that other days I probably could have done it 3 times or at least twice. Don't think, that's why I didn't write the number of rounds. Did I write the number of rounds? No, I didn't write the number of rounds. But you can make a mental note or write a note now, 2 to 3 rounds. But if you're done after your first one, then you're done. Don't do the first one and pace it just so you can do the second round. Does that make sense? If I say it's 2 rounds, you might not give me that full intensity in round 1, and then we lose the point. We want max intensity as many times as you can. If you could do 4 rounds, crazy, you know, that's great.
Sorry, so what did you say for the push, the object push? What did you suggest for that?
So if we were in the gym, it would be a sled, or it would be pushing a dumbbell. I was going to push the tire, or my bag that's slippy, but I don't have grass. Yeah, it is a bit awkward, but if you've got grass, you could push anything, just max effort. If max distance, if you're putting as much into the push as you can, like pushing your dumbbell, say, it doesn't matter how far you go, as long as you've put in as much intensity into the push as you can. I said the D ball. Did I say D ball push as well? So maybe rolling the D ball away from you. If you've ever tried rolling the D ball back to its spot in the gym, you'll know how horrible that is. So you've got to get down low. You got to push through the legs. Just keep going. Set the I didn't use the WOD timer because I didn't want to know when I had 30 seconds, because I think that's a little bit of a cheat, because you can kind of be like, oh, I know I'm halfway there. But I'll leave that up to you. I set the timer up, so I set it up on the bike. Obviously, it beeped at me, and then the timer was in front of me, so I could see when the minute was over, and I had to swap to the next movement. But again, I don't mind what, like, play to the equipment you've got. I knew that the burpees, obviously, you don't need any equipment for that. I knew that was going to be awful getting off the bike and going into my max effort burpees for 60 seconds. So if it's burpees you want to do, and then I came into a hollow position and I did as many presses as I could from a hollow. I ended up tucking my knees in as well, because otherwise I was going to put it down. And the idea is you don't put it down. You just give everything you've got for 60 seconds. That's it. Then you'll rest, see how you feel. You know, you might rest for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then maybe your second round will be better. It's not a rep thing. Like I have no idea how many reps I did, but I know that I gave it my absolute everything, like full intensity, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, done. Anyone got any ideas what they might? I gave some examples there. Like if you've got a barbell, you could do rollouts, ab wheel. A lot of people have those ab wheels, you know, the thing that you hold on to with the little wheel in the middle.
Yeah, we've got one.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
You crazy folk. Yeah, if you've got rings, you could do fall throughs or fall outs. That's where you're on the rings and you bring the body through, and then you bring the rings back down. We do them, you know, with the rings attached to the rig. Plank reach. So this one, elbow plank, wide feet, touch, or even just holding. Yeah. So if you go, you know, you've done your 60 seconds max sprint. So for speed, go as fast as you can. When you hear the bibber, if it's on your watch, you'll drop down, or you'll have an object there that you can then push, or maybe it's burpees that you have to sub it out for, and then go into some sort of ab finisher. Preferably not like sit-ups where you can just like use the momentum for the movement. Try and use something where, you know, you're under tension. So that plank hold, even though it's not loaded, I'm having to hold my body weight up. You see, that's, I think if you were doing a sit-up, you could sort of just, you know, go through the motions and not really hold the tension there. Any questions? Full fight on that one. So like yelling from the back of the throat, and, you know, not worrying, not knowing about anything that's around you, not being distracted by it, and just going for it. Any questions?
No.
All good. What are people going to sub some things out? Max sprint, even if you've got a machine like a rower. I know some people have treadmills. 60-second max sprint on the treadmill. Lateral jump, box jump, maybe.
Could we skip maybe for that sprint?
60-second, like single skips or doubles?
Singles.
If yes, I would probably go burpee. Put the burpee in for that one. Do you reckon you could object push? Can you object push?
Yeah, I can push. We've got a massive petrol mower, but I could push it uphill in the front garden without turning it on.
Yeah.
You know, with no power.
Yeah.
Get it on. Two birds with one stone. Get
push
the lawn
that. Hey?
So get the lawn mowed. 2 birds with one stone.
Yeah, but don't tell Mike I'm pushing it, or he might get me mowing the grass.
Yeah, so you could do 60-second burpee, or skipping if it gets your heart rate up, and then straight into that object push. Like there's no rest between your 60 seconds, and then into whichever ab core you'll do. I suppose it could be push-ups for the ab work as well, if you think you could link them for 60 seconds, or maybe do as many as you can and then go into a plank hold. Loads of options, something that like gets you moving fast, gets the heart rate up, makes you feel uncomfortable. But something that gives you, like, there's no reason why you would have to stop. Like when we cycle the barbell, the option is just to put the barbell down. It's very simple. It's a very easy escape. So something that's gonna not let you escape from the situation. You just got to deal with it. Fight. What else did I write? I think that's it. Any questions on any of the movements? Swing, clean, press, overhead carry.
Is the clean from ground?
So it depends what you're using. If you're doing a kettlebell, no, I would do a normal kettlebell clean, like with a little hip pop. If it's fairly light, which it probably is if you're doing a single arm clean, I would just do a small clean. I kept all my hinges very shallow, very short, to keep my hamstrings engaged and not default to the lower back. With my dumbbell clean, I didn't go to the floor either, so it gave me a really big bicep pump as well, because I was holding the dumbbell like that, thumbs on top like we've done. So I was here, I was stacking my lats and then bringing the elbows through.
Pull the camera up.
Lift the camera up.
Yeah, there. And now do it. I didn't see. Okay.
So you can see how low. Can you see how low I'm going?
Yeah.
I'm going to like the knees. I'm making sure I'm stacking my lats and then getting the elbows through.
I hate holding the kettlebell like that. I mean, sorry, the dumbbell. My thumb was killing me. We did the thruster thing. They workout yesterday. And I used the dumbbell for it.
It sucks,
and it was just
because, you know why it really sucks for us as well? Because we've shut our thumbs down from hook grip. So it's really important that we use our thumbs. We're lucky to have them. That's why it hurts too, because they don't get used. We just crush them on the bar and they don't really have to do anything. So it's important we get them out, to play.
We can do a thumb wall when we come back.
Yeah, we should be really good at those. Getting better.
Anyone else have weird 90-degree bendy thumb?
You got bent thumbs.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
This is a freak show now. Thanks,
Is that
man.
a gymnastic thing?
Don't think so. Born with it.
Oh.
No, put them. No, you're making them do that though, right?
No.
Yeah, but that's how far they bend on their own.
That is crazy. Yeah. It also helps with parts of the forearm and the shoulder too, by not shutting the thumb down. That's why we get weird imbalances. So there's your dumbbell clean. Oh, we might get cut off. I'll put a little brief in Facebook page. Let us know if you've got any questions.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.